Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
David Bryan in another episode of Mr. District Attorney. This episode originally broadcast May 24th, 1953. It is the case of the moving van murders.
Mr. District Attorney, starring David Bryan. Mr. District Attorney, champion of the people, defender of truth, guardian of our fundamental rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
And now, tonight's story, the case of the moving van murders.
And now, here is our star, David Bryan, as Paul Garrett, Mr. District Attorney.
A man's home is said to be his castle, and it's up to the forces of law and order to uphold this principle. But the individual householder should exercise diligence in maintaining the security of his domicile, particularly when the family leaves for a vacation. As in the story you are about to hear, this is the time when thieves often move in.
Oh, now, look what you've done. What's the matter with you, anyhow? Don't you know how to handle a piece of furniture?
Listen, it was just as much your fault. You were supposed to balance it.
I ought to poke you right in the mouth.
Don't try it. There'll be more furniture busted around here and over your head.
Easton ain't gonna like it when we show up with that piece all marred up.
Let's leave it here. Easton don't have to know nothing about it. We've been here too long now anyway. Some of the neighbors might be getting wise.
What's that?
Sounds like somebody coming. What's going on here? Who are you men?
We're moving these people out. Who are you?
I just happen to be the owner of this house, that's all. We thought you were away on...
Shut up.
You thought I was away on vacation, is that it? I think you're a couple of crooks. I'm going to call the police about this.
Oh, you ain't calling no police, buddy!
That's what you think.
Hey, get him, Brody! Here. Let's get out of here.
Get going fast. I didn't hit him square enough to keep him down.
I'm not wasting no time.
Yeah, here he comes. He's going to chase us in the car.
That ain't gonna get him nothing but trouble.
Take the road through the park, Duke. Ain't much traffic there.
Yeah, that gives me an idea. Hang on.
Yeah, here he comes right after us.
Well, there's a park right up ahead. That's where we'll take care of him.
What are you going to do?
Just hang on tight. You'll see.
No real rough stuff, Duke. I don't want to kill him.
You want to end up in a pen?
No, I don't want to end up in no pen.
And we gotta take care of this guy. We can't lose that car. You know that, don't you?
We can get out and slug him again.
Too complicated. There's only one way to do this.
Hey, he's going to try to crowd us over, Duke. Get in front of us.
He's gonna be sorry.
Watch it, Duke. Watch it.
Let him watch it. This is where he gets it.
You got him, Duke. He's catching fire.
That's his tough luck. We're getting out of here.
Hi, Chief. I've been wondering if you'd get here.
Hello, Harrington. Now, I was in court when Miss Miller reached me with your message. She said something about a man being killed in a fight with moving men.
Well, that's my idea, Chief, and I'll tell you why. First, a man by the name of Meyer was run off the park road about 2 hours ago. Car caught fire, and when they pulled him out of it, well, you know what.
Yeah, that's a hard way to die.
Lucky for us, there were a couple of kids playing ball in the park. They said it was a hit and run with a truck involved.
Did they say what kind of a truck?
A moving van. And when I got here to the man's address, I find the doors wide open, the house empty of furniture, and this hat on the floor. Now, the neighbors say they noticed the moving van, and it didn't have any name on it. The whole thing was covered by a big canvas. I've got a theory.
The furniture was being stolen.
Check. Mr. Meyer happened to walk in on them unexpectedly. They clobbered him and got going. But he chased them. And that leads us to the wreck in the park.
I think you've got it, Harrington. Now, let's take a look through the house. Well, I left the phone anyway. Wonder if it's still hooked up.
It is. I called Miss Miller from here.
Oh. Well, here's something. Looks like a furniture pad.
Yeah, that belonged to the moving van.
It's a brand new one, too. Let's see if we can find the name of the maker on it.
Here it is, Chief. The Acme Awning Company, 234 Front Street.
Where's that phone?
District Attorney's Office.
Hello, Miss Miller.
Oh, Mr. Garrett, did you find Harrington?
Yes, I'm with him right now. I'd like you to check up on something for me, Miss Miller.
All right, Chief.
Now, this thing looks like a robbery and a murder setup. Some crooks emptying a house of furniture killed the owner of the place when he showed up unexpectedly. And we've got just one real clue. A furniture pad.
Furniture pad?
Those big canvas pads that moving men use to protect furniture.
Oh, sure.
Call the Acme Awning Company, 234 Front Street.
I've got it.
If they've sold more than one, get the names of all the buyers.
All right, Mr. Garrett.
We'll see you later at the office.
I only hope the awning company has a record on it.
I hope so, too. Oh, and there's something else.
Huh? What's that, Chief?
We'll need a list of the items of furniture that were taken.
Well, neighbors ought to be able to help out on that.
That's a good idea. Let's try them.
There's Easton waiting for us. We're going to tell him about that guy?
I'm going to tell him plenty.
Get that truck to the back end of the lot. I told you before about leaving it here.
I want to talk to you.
So you want to talk to me? Brody can drive it back, can he?
Okay, I'll drive it back.
Getting in kind of late, ain't you, Duke?
Listen, Easton, that's your fault.
What are you talking about?
I'll tell you what I'm talking about. You got us into a mess because you didn't have that job case right.
You got the furniture, didn't you?
Yeah, you said those people were going to be away.
They were away.
Then why did the guy come walking in on us?
So he happened to come home. You can't figure out everything.
He come home all right. We had to run him off the road to keep him from chasing us right into this yard.
All right, so you got rid of him. What are you beefing about?
I figure we took a big chance this time. I figure we ought to have a bigger cut.
Duke. You got a nerve coming in here and talking to me like that. You know, I got a notion to throw you right out in your face.
Don't get tough with me, Easton. I wouldn't like it.
No? Well, let's see how you like this. I'm running this show, Duke. You do like I say.
Why, you...
So you like this. Like I said, Duke, I'm running the show. You're a good man. You want to play it smart and stay with me, all right. But tell me, right now.
Okay. You're with me.
That ain't answering the question.
Okay. So I'll stay with you.
That means you're taking orders and no beats.
Okay.
All right. Now look, with that new load we got, there's too much in the warehouse. You and Brody take the rig over there and load up for a trip out of town.
Where?
I'll tell you later. Looks like we got company. Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
You the owner here?
That's right. Who are you?
Name is Harrington. This is Mr. Garrett, District Attorney.
Yeah? What do you want me for?
The sign says you rent out trucks.
That's why I put the sign up there.
I'm going back and help Brody, Mr. Easton.
In just a minute. You work here?
Yeah.
What kind of work do you do?
I just work around the yard, moving trucks, that kind of thing.
What's your name?
Duke Conlon.
How long have you worked here?
6 months, maybe. Ain't that right, Mr. Easton?
Yeah, that's about right.
Anything else, mister?
No, that'll be all for now.
What do you mean, for now?
Did you rent out any trucks today, Easton?
Look, what's this all about? You come in here asking a lot of questions. Why should I have to tell you my business?
A house was robbed a few hours ago. All the furniture was shoved into a truck and carted away. When the owner tried to stop it, he was run off the road and killed.
So what's that got to do with me?
The truck left a pad behind that came from this lot.
A pad?
A canvas-covered furniture pad. We checked with the awning company that made it. They said it was sold to you.
Oh, now, wait a minute. I run a truck rental yard. I rent out rigs to whoever comes in here and puts up the price. Did somebody use one of my trucks to pull a robbery? I can't help it. I got no control over what they do when they leave the lot.
How many trucks did you rent out today?
3 or 4, maybe.
Are you all back?
Yeah, they're all back.
Could we see your records for the day?
Yeah, just a second, I'll get them for you.
What do you think about this setup, Chief?
I don't like the looks of it.
No, I don't either. Look, there's another guy at the back of the lot. This is a pretty small place. They all work here. They must be tripping over one another.
Here comes our man back.
Look, I've been thinking about this. Why should I give you my records?
Well, they could be important to our investigation.
Sorry, nothing doing.
We've got ways of getting them, you know.
Sure you have. And when you come in here with a court order, I'll hand them over. But not until.
You don't want to help us at all, do you?
Why should I? Nobody pays me to be a cop.
Let's go, Harrington.
Yeah, that guy's got a disposition like a bucket of worms. Why don't we just take him in? Might not be so lippy when we get him downtown.
We need something specific to go on.
What about the pad?
He's got the answer for that. It could have been lost by someone who rented a truck.
You don't believe that. Neither do I. But he's going to dummy up a phony record that'll make it look that way. Then he can blame the robbery on someone who doesn't even exist.
Now, that's the reason he won't let us see those records right now. But I might surprise him by getting here with a court order before he expects it.
Now, why would they be driving that big van off the lot? Hey, did you see who was at the wheel?
Yes, the yard man.
They got a gas pump here and a lube rack. No reason to drive it out when it's not rented.
Unless they want to move some furniture on their own. This could be the break we're looking for. I can take a cab into town. Get in your car and follow them.
Right.
With the family away on a vacation, a home has been broken into by crooks who loaded the furnishings into a moving van. But the man of the house had appeared unexpectedly, and the crooks had killed him. An important clue was a heavy canvas furniture pad that we traced to a truck rental yard. The operator of the yard, a man named Easton, refused to help us. So while I went to pick up a court order to compel his cooperation, Harrington followed a truck that left the yard under suspicious circumstances.
District Attorney's office.
Here's Harrington, Miss Miller. Chief come in yet?
Not yet, Harrington. Any message?
Just tell him I followed the truck to a warehouse on Stacy Street, 312. I'm calling from a phone booth right near the place.
You going to make an arrest? Will you need help?
I don't know yet. I'm going in now and find out.
May 24th, 1953, Mr. District Attorney on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE. 833-34-BIBLE.
The buy one, get one free special going on now at MyPillow. MyPillow bed sheets, Giza Elegance MyPillows, the roll and go anywhere MyPillows, and 6-piece towel sets on special. Go to mypillow.com/USA, use promo code USA, or call 1-800-951-8175 and find out all the great deals you can get right now at MyPillow. mypillow.com/USA. Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, more of Mr. District Attorney, starring David Bryan, May 24th, 1953, and the case of the moving van murders.
Okay, Duke, come back a little more. A little more. That's it.
All right, let's get this thing loaded.
You got the key?
Right here. Give me a hand.
Yeah. Man, that's a lot of furniture we got here.
A lot of dough in it, too. Let's get going.
How about this one to start with?
Okay. Latch on.
All set?
Check.
Hey, this is all fancy stuff. You ought to be able to peddle it quick.
Now, the quicker the better.
Uh-oh.
Put it down.
It's a cop.
Better let me handle it.
I thought you fellas were supposed to be in the truck rental business.
We are.
What do you do, rent them furnished?
This is just a moving job we're taking care of.
Quite a job. Who are you doing it for?
We have to ask the boss about that.
I don't see the boss around.
You can find him if you go back to the lot.
You'd like me to do that, wouldn't you?
I don't know what you mean.
Let's go inside and see what you've got in there.
Listen, mister, we got work to do. We got no time to gab with you.
You can take time.
I'll stay out here and load this piece in the van.
Wait a minute. You better come in with us. Let's go. You've got enough stuff here to stock a department store.
Well, it's a warehouse. That's what it's for.
Where did all this furniture come from?
Well, like I said before, why don't you talk to the boss?
Did you fellas bring any of this stuff here?
Yeah.
Where'd you pick it up?
Different places.
What kind of places?
Houses, stores, I don't know.
This table here, where did it come from?
I don't remember.
Well, I think I can tell you where it came from.
I don't see how you can.
An oval dining table, antique pine. That happens to be on a list of articles stolen from a house this morning. There's more in this same group that are on the list. You want to hear them?
Why tell us about it?
Because you probably brought them here.
Oh, you're crazy.
You're under arrest, both of you.
What for?
Suspicion of burglary and homicide.
What do you mean, homicide?
The owner of that house was run off the road and burned to death. You're going to have to tell us about that, too. Let's head for my car.
They ain't heading nowhere, mister. Don't you make any moves or you get a bullet through your back.
Well, boss.
Yeah, that's right. The boss.
It's a good thing you got here, Easton. He was going to haul us in.
He never had a chance. I saw him followed you, and I followed him.
You people are in a mess. Now, if you're smart, you won't make it any worse than it is.
Yeah? What should we do? Roll over and play dead? Look, I don't figure it's going to get any worse than it is. All right, get his gun, Duke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, listen. You're under arrest, too, Easton. And I'm warning all of you. Anything you say might be used as evidence.
These guys never know when they're losers, do they?
Shut up. What are you going to do with him, Easton?
Well, I ain't going to let him picket the place. I'll show you what I'm going to do with it. Yeah. I ought to take care of him for a while.
Yeah, but what about when he comes out of it? This guy knows all of us. He can identify
Don't
us.
worry, I got plans for him. All right, pick him up.
All right, come on, Brody.
Yeah. Brother, is he out?
That's what we want. All right.
Lift. Take him out to the van. Yeah.
Mr. Garrett, better keep the engine running.
Is something wrong, Miss Miller?
I was hoping I could catch you down here.
Well, what's the matter?
Harrington phoned a while ago.
What'd he say?
He said he followed a truck to a warehouse on Stacy Street. Said he was going to move in and might make an arrest, and I got the feeling he might need help.
Get in. What was the number on Stacy Street?
312. I probably shouldn't have left the office, but I knew you'd be driving into the parking lot, and I thought this might be urgent.
You did just right. It could be urgent.
All set? Yeah, we're all set. That guy still unconscious? He's out cold. He ain't dead, is he? No, he's still breathing. That's too bad. Hey, where are you going?
Well, I was just going around back.
Come here.
What do you want?
Trying to sneak away, huh?
Well, I didn't have nothing to do with this thing, and I think you guys in pretty deep.
What do you mean you didn't have nothing to do with it? Look, you're in with us. Right up to the top of your yellow streak.
No, wait a minute, Easton. I didn't hire on to come and murder.
You're gonna do like I say.
You can't kill cops and get away with it.
We can't leave this one alive and get away with it. He's right, Brody. We gotta do it.
Not me. I'm getting out of here.
try that again, and the next one goes through your back.
Okay, Easton, okay.
Get in the truck with Duke.
How do we do this, Easton?
Head north out of town.
To the freeway?
No, not to the freeway. We want some privacy on this job. Head for the road alongside the river.
Okay. Where on that road?
Turn off just before you get to the bridge. To the right, there's a road there.
Yeah, I know.
Go about 100 yards and then pull over. I'll follow you.
What about this guy's car?
I'll be in it. When we get through with him, we'll leave his car alongside the road so it'll look like an accident.
That's a good idea.
Go on, get going.
Come on, Brody.
I hope I'm all wrong about this, but when Harrington says he'll call, he usually calls.
Well, you'll soon find out if anything's wrong. Here's the warehouse.
You gonna drive right in?
Might be better if we stop right here across the street. Doesn't seem to be a truck there.
Mr. Garrett, wasn't that Harrington's car?
Certainly was, with a stranger driving it.
Then something must have happened to Harrington.
Yeah, it looks that way.
You better stay with that car, Chief.
Don't worry, I will.
And we'll have the conclusion of Mr. District Attorney from May 24th, 1953, along with the conclusion of another yours truly Johnny Dollar story coming up here in just a few moments on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. But first, we take a pause to bring you some important words from your favorite radio station.
No offense, but are you a little fat when you look in the mirror? How would you like to learn the secrets to lose 3 to 5 pounds a week easily without joining the gym or going through any crazy diets? It's called Body Sculpt by Med Diet. For the last 2 decades, we've been helping people just like you that have pounds they want to shed. We've helped millions of people lose thousands and thousands of pounds over the years. And now it's your turn. Learn the secrets of how to lose weight with one simple phone call. You'll see an amazing difference in a matter of days. Don't believe us? We'll offer you a money-back guarantee. If you're ready to start losing weight right now, call right now to learn more about your risk-free order to Body Sculpt.
Call for your risk-free offer. 800-738-5332. 800-738-5332. 800-738-5332. That's 800-738-5332.
Are you in bad pain? You know what I mean. Your knees hurt. Your shoulder hurts. Your elbow and back are constantly killing you. And I'm sure you've tried every pain pill or cream available at the drugstore. Am I right? Well, here's something you haven't tried. Pain Magic. Pain Magic is not available at any drugstore. The only place you can get it is by calling the special toll-free number I'm about to give you.
And to make things even better, call right now and find out about our buy one, get one free offer. We're so confident it'll work for you that we offer a free bottle with your purchase. No prescription required.
Call now to learn how you can get Pain Magic and get rid of your pain. Remember, your results may vary.
800-492-8164. 800-492-8164. 800-492-8164. That's 800-492-8164.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, the conclusion of Mr. District Attorney starring David Bryan, originally broadcast May 24th, 1953.
We're almost there, ain't we, Duke?
Yeah, you asked me that a dozen times already.
Well, Easton ain't behind us yet.
Don't worry about Easton. He knows where we're gonna be.
I don't like this deal, Duke, you know that?
Yeah, you already said so, but we're going through with it anyway, so come on. Let's get him out of there.
He's conscious.
All right, you. Get out.
I'd be delighted. Here comes Easton.
I told you he'd show up.
That's another one against him. Stealing a car.
Keep your mouth shut. Good. You got him out of there. Gotta close the doors, Brody.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get him down the river. Come on, Cap. Move.
What are we going to do with him?
We're going to hold his head on until he drowns. Then we'll put him in his car and run it into the river. Does that sound all right?
Sounds great.
Not to me. Nice and hard.
You try that again and you get a bullet right through the head right now.
A minute ago, you said you were going to drown me. You mean I got a choice?
Let's get him down there.
It'll be easier to do this if we tie his feet, Easton.
All right. Take off your belt and strap him up.
You fellas are crazy if you think you can get away with this.
Who's going to find out about it?
That's right, cop. They're going to have a hard enough time just finding you.
Come on, Duke. Get the belt off.
We'll use Brody's belt.
You'll stay right where you are without moving.
Cops!
Go on. Shoot some more, Captain. I got your man in front of me. Go on, shoot some more.
Just think you got me, Easton. We're both going into the police station. All right, don't try to get away.
Well, I quit, mister. I'm not trying to go nowhere.
My arm. I think you broke my arm.
You were firing at me. I had to do something about it.
I'll take care of him, Chief.
All right. Up the bank.
Give me time. You twisted most of the breath out of me.
You all right, Harrington?
Yeah. I'm fine, Chief. But how did you happen to get there?
Oh, you can thank Miss Miller for that. She had an idea you might be able to use a little help.
Oh, was she right? Thanks, Miss Miller.
Anytime, Harrington.
How's the man's arm?
I'm all right.
You're all under arrest.
Yeah? What for?
Several things, including murder.
Not me. I didn't kill nobody.
Then you'd better be ready to tell us all about it.
You keep your mouth shut, Brody. You hear me?
You're wasting your breath, Easton. With a bunch like this, somebody always sings. Loud and long.
And you're going to find that out the hard way, Easton. Come on, let's go. This was a case that hit the front page. The man we called Duke was tried and convicted of murder in the first degree. With Brody, he was also found guilty on charges of breaking and entering and burglary. Easton was convicted for receiving stolen goods, for being an accessory before and after the fact, for conspiracy to commit murder and assault with intent to commit murder. Duke and Easton will spend most of their lives in prison. Brody received a lighter sentence for turning state's evidence. Now, this is David Bryan inviting you to join us when we present our next case based on the facts of crime from the file of Mr. District Attorney.
May 24th, 1953, Mr. District Attorney here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Coming up in a moment, yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Are you suffering with arthritis or osteoporosis? Do you have diabetes? Did you know that these are just two of the hundreds of diseases that have seen improvement with Dr. Wallach's incredible longevity products? You can't get them at a health food store. The only way to get them is to call us at 800-214-0065. That's 800-214-0065. Do you have heart disease, fibromyalgia, or high blood pressure? Do you have a terrible time losing weight? Dr. Wallach can help. He was a veterinarian and cured diseases in animals. He felt that he could do the same for humans, so he became a physician. Over 50 years of research and helping people like you goes into every bottle of Dr. Wallach's amazing discoveries. Do you want to feel better? Learn how to treat the cause of your problem rather than covering up the symptoms with drugs. Call 800-214-0065. That's 800-214-0065.
I was very, very much mistaken. The wrap-up is not today. This is only part 4 of a 5-part yours truly Johnny Dollar story, The Tears of Night Matter, which apparently jewelry with a curse in it. This episode was originally broadcast on May 24th, 1956. Let's see. I was 5 days old.
From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
Your number is ringing, Mr. Dollar.
Oh, thanks. This is Johnny Dollar.
Dollar, I thought you went back to Hartford.
I meant to, but I got tied up in Mrs. Wendover's business affairs again.
What now?
Can you come over to my hotel right away?
It's 1 o'clock in the morning.
I know it.
Well, can't you grab a cab and come over here?
Hardly.
Why not?
A couple of Sam Costigan's boys followed me here. I think they might like to do a little target practice on me.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Universal Adjustment Bureau, 518 Spear Boulevard, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Tears of Night matter. Expenses continued. Items 10 and 11. $10, scotch and soda, plus a pitcher of ice and glasses. I had them filled, chilled, and waiting when Hilary Fuchs knocked on the door of my room. His eyes were still puffy with sleep, and he had a trench coat thrown over his pajamas.
What's this all about, Johnny? You said Mrs. Wendover, somebody followed you. What?
I want you to tell me what you can about the Tears of Night.
The Tears of what?
Tears of Night, a piece of jewelry owned by Mrs. Wendover, a necklace, 4 diamonds on black onyx, silver chain.
What the devil would I know about something like that?
In her accounts, her bills, her property? You're her business manager. You must know something about it.
I never heard of it. You better straighten me out.
Try some of that.
This is all too fast for me.
Okay, I'll bring you up to date. I came here day before yesterday to investigate Mrs. Wendover's claim as beneficiary of the death of her husband. She forgot to file it for 2 years. Now, you explained why. I bought that. It's a legitimate claim. But I didn't buy her story about being cursed, or I didn't buy your idea that she was on the verge of blowing her top. No, I'm not so sure.
I'm just along for the ride.
Well, you left me in your office last night. A little while after you left, a man named Frank Scanlon came in and stuck a gun at me and said Sam Costigan wanted to see me.
Costigan, the gambler?
The same. Scanlon thought I was you. He took me over to Costigan's place.
What's this got to do with insurance?
Nothing. But it has something to do with Mrs. Wendover. Costigan had a necklace, the Tears of Night there. He said Mrs. Wendover left it as a pawn a week or so ago.
Oh?
He told me Mrs. Wendover called up and threatened to come out with policemen unless Costigan returned it. And as long as I was there, Costigan asked me to take it to her. I went over to her place, and what do you know? She was wearing the Tears of Night.
I don't get this.
Well, have another drink. Neither do I. By the time I got there to her apartment, Mrs. Wendover hardly remembered my name or that we'd met in your office. She was waiting for her boyfriend to show up. Incidentally, his name's Teddy Davis. Is he after her money or what?
Search me. I never met him.
Well, I skipped out of there and looked up the jeweler who'd made the necklace, a man named Hannibal Mortuus.
I heard of him. He speaks Latin or something.
That's the one. He told me the necklace I had was the real thing. Now, I want you to tell me who made up the one Mrs. Wendover was wearing.
I don't know anything about it.
Well, it had to be made up sometime within the last week, and you've been handling her business affairs.
I don't know a thing about it, Johnny.
All right, come here. Take a look. Do you know anything about those 2 birds outside there?
No.
Well, one of them's a character named Feely. He works for Costigan. The other one I saw at Costigan's club. They tailed me from Mortuus's place. Probably been on me all night long since I picked up the necklace.
Where is it now?
I mailed it to myself from Mortuus's hotel.
Those 2 out there, you better call the police if you think they're after you.
Oh, nothing I could tell the police that would hold them up half a second. Mainly, I wanted to ask you about all this before I went on with it.
What do you mean, go on with it?
Go back to Mrs. Wendover, to Costigan, find out what's real and what isn't real?
This isn't your line of duty. Why?
Oh, I've been thinking about that. I don't know why. Maybe it's Mrs. Wendover. Those eyes of hers and that talk about the curse. I got a feeling she needs help in this matter. Somehow she needs help.
What can I do, Johnny?
Go to bed. I'll let you know what happens. Now, where's your car?
In the parking lot back of the hotel.
Give me the keys. I'll use that.
Hey.
Make yourself at home, Mr. Fuchs. Go to bed here. Oh.
Yeah?
Every now and then, walk over and look out that window and have a drink. They'll think it's me, and that's a good thought for them to have.
Okay, what else?
Well, if they start for the lobby, call downstairs and have them send up the houseman and get the police. I don't think they will, but remember that.
Well, why would they want...
still think I've got that piece of jewelry on me. We shook up another drink, and I borrowed Fuchs's trench coat and left. I found his green Chevy without too much trouble, since there weren't too many cars out in the lot that time of morning. I looked at my watch, and it said 2:35. I drove around front past the two hoodlums, still keeping up their silent vigil, and found a street that looked familiar. 20 minutes later, I was in the parking lot beside Elise Wendover's apartment building. It was still dark, still foggy, and too late I found out too crowded. Somehow, the pair of hoodlums were waiting for me after all.
Hey, this is him, Feely. Got a match, Dollar?
Toby asked you if you got a match. He's a dummy, Toby. Don't answer.
Got a match, Dollar?
What'd I tell you? He's a dummy boy.
You don't look like no dummy boy.
You're nearsighted.
Take your hands off.
He's a dummy, all right, ain't you, Dollar? See, Toby? I told him about you being nearsighted, and he wouldn't answer.
He don't talk.
Go on, smart boy. Tell Toby how sorry you are about him being nearsighted. Talk. I heard you talk before. Told you he was a dummy.
Hey, tell me something, dummy. All insurance guys like you?
Toby asked you a question. He wants to know if all insurance guys are like you.
I don't like him.
We asked questions, and he ain't told us nothing.
Hey, maybe we find out something went through his pockets, huh?
Yeah. Even a dummy's got pockets. Ain't that right, dummy? Hold him, Toby.
Yeah. All right, boys, you played the scene good, and I'll see what I can do for you, but I haven't got the necklace.
Hey, he talks.
Yeah, you make him talk again, Toby. Now, don't make him talk too much. We know if the stuff ain't on him, it's in his room. We can pick it up anytime. That's it. Easy, Toby, easy.
Oh, he talks real nice, Feely, but he don't say much. Hey, you think maybe he's tough?
Could be.
No, I wasn't. And I didn't feel like talking in that quiet little parking lot where the only noise was them pounding on me. I told them I didn't have the necklace anymore, but they didn't care about that. They wanted to find out the hard way for me. I remember trying to wake up a couple of times. I dreamed I was driving along in a big Cadillac. Frank Scanlon was on one side of me, Sam Costigan on the other. Hannibal Mortuus was in the front seat. He had his jeweler's glass out, looking at the tiers of night. I tried to see who was behind the steering wheel, and I gave that up because the steering wheel was a roulette wheel. Then we had a blowout, and the whole car vanished with everybody screaming, "Demortuous, demortuous." Somewhere around 6 in the morning, I began to get a feeling. Several feelings, and all of them hurt. It just turned dawn, and I rolled over on my side to watch a man who hadn't seen me step into his car with a fresh shave and a fishing pole, pull out of the lot and disappear. Somewhere, vaguely, I heard the sounds of early morning traffic. Streetcar clanged somewhere. Nothing much happened for a while. Then it came to me it might be a good idea to get on my feet and find a telephone and get hold of a doctor and see how long I had to live. Somehow I managed, by holding onto a fence and stumbling against cars, to make the front entrance to Elise Wendover's house. I made the elevator, self-serviced my way up to the 9th floor, and staggered toward 913. I would have been better off in the parking lot. Elise Wendover was there, sitting in a large chair by the window. She still wore the black strapless dress and urban piece she'd had on the night before. The drapes were drawn, the door was slightly open. Light from the hall seeped in. She had a telephone on her lap. The receiver was off, held idly in one hand. She looked at me. But she was looking at nothing.
Oh.
Hello.
Oh, Mr. Dollar, it's you. You've been in an accident. You're hurt.
I don't think you'll need this.
Oh. Well then, Mr. Dollar. Well then. I suppose you've met some people tonight who know a great deal about me.
A gambler? A jeweler?
Did they tell you about Teddy Davis? He's really a dear, Mr. Dollar. Quite the nicest boy I've met since Noah died on the boat. Noah and I had so many things together, Mr. Dollar. I do think he enjoyed being alive with me. I mean, I cried when Noah died. I really did. I cried like a little baby. Of course, I cried when I heard my brother was killed in Korea and when Daddy died in his office with a heart attack. I shouldn't really cry anymore. I mean, after all, I am cursed. I told you that.
Yes, I told you I didn't believe it. There's no such thing.
But there is, you'll see.
Mrs. Wendover.
No, I have Teddy. He's really a dear. I do think he will be a very prominent artist someday. He paints. You know? Teddy asked me to marry him tonight.
That's nice. You marry him.
And Teddy isn't interested in my money. Could you believe that? What is my... I can't seem to get my tongue adjusted to my mouth. Did that ever happen to you, Mr. Dollar?
Yes, sometimes.
Perhaps I should see a correctionist. I'm glad you came by again, Mr. Dollar. I told you once that sometimes it means an awfully lot to speak to someone. Mr. Costigan.
What? What about Mr. Costigan?
Later. I know it must be strange to you, but some people live for nothing but money, and some people die for it.
Stop it! Now tell me what's happened. Tell me what's happened so I can help you.
They do look so funny. They're so very funny. I've seen them count money so often and so much money, and I really believe that is honestly all they live for, only.
She pointed across the darkened room. Her black eyes glistened with no semblance of reason left in them. It took me 5 seconds to find the light switch. Stretched out on the floor of her apartment. They look funny, all right. Feely and Toby. Both of them as dead as you can get.
Now, here's our star to tell you about tomorrow's final intriguing episode of this week's story.
Tomorrow, the tears of night come home. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by John Dawson, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking.
Well, I hope it's worth waiting for. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, May 24th, 1956, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. You can find episodes of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, going all the way back to the John Lund and Edmund O'Brien era, and all of those shows, including to the very end with Mandel Kramer, by talking to Ted over at RadioMemories.com. He supplies programs on cassette, CD, or flash drive for your computer. That is RadioMemories.com, and the price is very reasonable. Please thank this radio station, support their advertisers. It is their kindness and courtesy that allows us to be with you each and every time we roll around here on your favorite radio station. And if you miss a day, you don't have to miss a single show. You can find all the shows on demand through Spotify, through Spreaker, through Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon, many other places. All you have to do is search for Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. That's Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Or through my webpage. That is classicradio.stream. Classicradio.stream, where you can stream our shows on demand, learn more about classic radio collecting, and you can contact me there. Have yourself a great day, won't you please, and tell all your friends the great radio shows are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite radio station.